There were many cheese factories built across Lambton during the second half of the 1800s, but perhaps the most unusual one was in the village of Sombra. Sometime prior to 1851, the Sombra cheese factory was built on stilts out over the St. Clair River, possibly to make it easier to load and ship cheese products made by cheesemaker Dick Richmond. To protect the building against the splashing of water, was built on 8x8 hand-axed cedar beams with two separate floors underneath. It featured an inner and an outer wall, both of solid, tongue-and-groove cedar plank. Sometime prior to 1906, this cheese factory on stilts closed, and the building was converted by Gordon Dalgetty to be used for making rubber stamps. It then became known as the Thistle Rubber Type Works. This was a home for items needed for writing, such as typewriters, stencils, steel and rubber stamps, fountain pens, and more. The building run by J. Gordon Dalgetty, born in Scotland, who had worked in Chicago in the late 1890s before moving here. Having previously worked in a stencil and rubber stamp manufacturing firm in Chicago, he thought Sombra would be a good setting for his business. This new business in this brick 26 by 65 foot building was established in 1898 and originally still sat on piers out over the St. Clair. The Great Storm on the Great Lakes in 1913, which caused so much damage to shipping, nearly destroyed this building jutting out over the river. Following the storm, the building was moved onto land along the side of the river and rebuilt. In 1935, when Highway 40 went through the property, the building was moved again, further from the river to its present location along the St. Clair Parkway, and continued to be used as a typeset works by the Dalgetty family until 1975. The building remained in the family hands until this year, when Tom and Sherry Parks purchased it and converted this nearly 150-year-old wooden building, now known as the Thistle Building, into two separate townhouses. This 26 by 65 building, originally built as a cheese factory out over the water, now exists as two residences that still stand today. Moved from its original location on the pier to a location along the river, and now its final location on the southeast corner of St. Clair Parkway and South Street in Sombra. This well-constructed building is being enjoyed to this day by its new residents.